A very, very warm welcome. Hello, everybody. I'm so happy you are here with me today for the introduction to the healing power of acupressure. So, this is my newest creation. This is a, may I say, beautiful fusion of learning about the seasons of life, about the seasons of transformation, and also which acupressure points to use and which oils to include. So, all together, we're really creating a fusion of these different subjects that help us to connect ourselves, to find inner calm, to calm our nervous systems, to strengthen our immunity, and to help ourselves when we need to. Basically, even to soothe ourselves at the end of the day. So, let me tell you a little bit of what we're going to do today. So, this is the introduction module. This one is for anyone who wants to be here, who wants to join in and learn a little bit about acupressure and what we're going to do in the masterclass. My name is Angela Chambers. I'm a Chinese medicine practitioner and acupuncturist with a huge passion for this subject. And this passion really comes from my own healing journey, from coming into the world with a lot of health issues and to very young parents, one of them being a doctor. And so this has all shaped my journey to arrive here where I am today. And along this journey, I had to heal myself several times. I had issues in my childhood where I had to heal my voice and my speaking. Later on in life, I had a healing journey after I had a double pneumothorax in my first year of acupuncture training in Sydney, Australia. And just recently, I went through a total hip replacement. And so I know what pain means, I know what suffering means, and I know what it means when we're not well. And so, from being in this situation and finding ways through it to the other side, I have seen the power of our own energy and what we can do for ourselves and for our health. And that has inspired me so much that I cannot keep this to myself. It would feel very strange to keep this information to myself, because here in my clinic in La Tour de Paix, Switzerland, at Meridian Flow Health, on a daily basis, I work with people that come already with the wish that they want to take their health more into their own hands. They want to feel better. They want to heal conditions. They want to relieve pain or find some calm or help with fertility, hormone balance. Like, I really treat a lot of different variety of symptoms and disease here. But there's a common theme that I can see on a daily basis. And that theme is our own connection to our own self-healing response, to be able to connect to the cell community that is our body, to our body, which is also a representation it is where the symptoms from our subconscious mind can be shown, can appear. And so in the Chinese medicine model, we have so many different ways to figure out what the underlying problem is, what in the body has caused the imbalance. And once we know that, we can much easier decipher the balance to that imbalance. So in Chinese medicine, one person can come with a headache, but the treatment may be very different to another person that comes with a headache, because it always matters what is the general constitution of the person, what is their energetic state in this moment, and what is the goal that we want to achieve. And in this way, we can create a treatment program that is very relevant for the person in that moment. and they are involved into this treatment. So it's basically something that we do together. And so expanding on this was that I started to create the online courses, because instead of always explaining everything to each single person, the 5G was one of my first online courses where I really taught about the seasons, the 5 elements, so that people could see how you can live with the seasons, which is already aligning your energy in a beautiful way, because it means you don't go against the river, but you flow with the river. And so learning about these seasons is so powerful. It seems super simple, but once you know it, you realize everything has a time. And once we know our timing, we have more fortune, we have more flow, and we usually have less resistance in the body and less stress and tension in the body. Within that course was also the teachings of the meridians, but little I moved on to teach then the art of acupressure, because I wanted to teach more in depth, especially also teachers or people that already use the body, are therapists and work with the body. And so in the art of acupressure, I introduced the system of acupuncture I work with here in the clinic, which is the Dr. Tan's balance method system, as taught by C1 and by my teacher Delphine. And that system is so incredible for acupressure, because it gives you such a good access to different parts of the body where you can balance the whole body with the parts that are already exposed. And so we don't usually even have to get undressed. Yes, so this is how it went on to teaching these skills. For me, there are skills there. It's an art form to know which point to press and to find the flow of chi in the meridians is a beautiful skill to have. And I want to share this with people, because everyone who experiences it feels more connected to themselves and more at ease, and they feel like they have something in the hand to change frequency fast when it's necessary. So this is me, Angela Chambers. And formerly, I studied at the Sydney College of Traditional Chinese Medicine in 1999 in cooperation with the Sydney University, Sydney Western University. And I went on to China. I came back to Switzerland. Later on, I had my children. And when we moved to Oxford, I did another year of study in the 5-element acupuncture, which was also an amazing field of study. And then as we came back to Switzerland, I opened Meridian Flow, and this is where I am since. And every year I continue my study, I go deeper, because that's what mastery is to me. It's really there's so many beautiful things in the world that obviously I would also like to learn, but my thing is this, and I want to go deep, and I want to share that depth with you if that is what is interesting to you. And if you want to incorporate that into your life, into your own teachings, into your own practice. So, as I said, acupressure is an essential part of not only my clinic here in La Tour de Paix, but also for my own personal practice. Like, there's no day that doesn't go by where I don't use some of the acupressure points in combination with essential oils or with the balm to soothe myself, to remind myself on the state I want to be in, on taking responsibility on how I spend my energy and how I direct my energy and how I nourish my energy. The acupressure is an incredible tool to keep you on the track, to keep bringing you back to the path you want to walk on. And when my children were smaller, quite small, actually, when Lily was a baby, when she was born in 2003, and I used to breastfeed her, and you hold your baby. And I remember often, actually, I can use my acupressure doll. So when you hold your baby, tends to be that your thumb could be exactly on the line of the stomach meridian. And this is exactly what I used to do. So I used to breastfeed her while I was massaging the stomach meridian to help her colics or the tummy pain she used to have. And this went on to giving them little foot massages or little massages of the hand and arms. And still today, my son Nicholas, who will be 20 in January, he still enjoys the acupressure massages very much. And it's also what lets him relax, or both of them relax and talk to me, or maybe not, maybe it's just a space to be. And through the years, they've really gotten used to this. I can feel how they're used to touch. It's something that they know how to help themselves with. And the same with the essential oils as well. It's really become a part of their life too. Maybe not that they walk around with the oils, but when they have something, they'll come to me and ask immediately, Mom, which oil can I use for this, or where should I put it? And so today I want to give you a little bit of a kind of the wisdom of what we're exploring, and we're going to do 2 points together, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more what the 5-day masterclass includes. So if you feel like joining this journey and coming along for this week, even if you can't be there live, this course is for you. Like, you can keep the recordings, you can keep the handout I made for it, where you have also everything written down. You've got the images of the meridians. Together with the recordings will be in German we would say eine Hausapotheke, a little home pharmacy of acupressure elements and oils to help you and support you through whatever you go through. So acupressure is really historically very connected, obviously, to acupuncture. So the meridians are the same. So the energy anatomy is exactly the same as for acupuncture. We use the same meridians, we use the same points. And I want you to really imagine the Amazon River. If you were in a plane really high above, and you can see the river banks, and you can see the streams of the river, and it's not just one long line, but it's one line with many things going off, little streams going off, just like a tree root, and that is the same. That's how I would love for you to imagine the meridians. There are energy lines that cross the body, that circulate through the body, and the ones that we see on the posters or on the dolls, these are the superficial lines. These are just the lines that you see on the top, and it's in a human way created so that we can just grasp the idea of these meridians or energy highways. But what you need to know is that the energy is absorbed from the universe into your body through the meridians, through the points at the extremities on the feet and the hands. And then the energy comes into your body and starts to dive deeper than just the superficial meridians, because then it has to connect to all the organs, to all the tissue, to every muscle, tendon, cell, so that they get nourishment from the chi, from the universal chi, from the chi from the earth, from the heavenly chi. All of that together forms our own chi that we have for life. So the moment we are conceived by our parents, the moment the egg and the sperm come together and we are created, we have this storehouse of Jing. And that later on becomes the energy that circulates in the body, complemented by what we eat and breathe. And then the job of the acupressure and also qigong and movement is to make sure that this energy circulates in the body. If there is no circulation or there is blockages, there is always a problem. So that's the most important principle to know about Chinese medicine, is that it's all about keeping the qi flow smooth in the body. The practice is already referenced in some of the earliest medical texts, including the Yellow Emperor's Classic of Medicine. And this ancient text speaks to the importance of regulating the body's vital energy, or qi, to maintain health and prevent disease. So this was written over 3,000 years ago. Acupressure, much like acupuncture, works by stimulating specific points on the body along energy pathways known as meridians. Now, in TCM, Qi is considered the life force that flows through all living things. And that life force is also in animals, it's also in every living being that you encounter in this dimension. And what's very important to know is that flow of energy in the body is very much affected by factors such as stress, poor diet, emotional upset, or obviously injury or trauma from the outside. So an external trauma can block the qi, but internal stress can also block your qi. For example, maybe you have had this feeling before too, that you get an email and immediately you feel like something's punched you in the belly. And that is an immediate change in your energy field that is felt in the body. It's not yet manifested physically, but it is felt energetically. It can lead to physical symptoms such as pain, fatigue, or digestive problems. For example, when our stomach qi and the stomach meridian are interrupted, and the stomach qi, which is supposed to flow downwards, and it starts to flow upwards, that is when you experience symptoms such as nausea or vomiting, for example. And often it really helps very fast if you use stomach 36 and you massage the point or some other points, you use an essential oil, you maybe do some digestive qigong, and you can help the stomach qi to return to flowing in a balanced way. Sometimes I have to read off my paper here, otherwise I just talk freestyle, and then at the end I've forgotten some of the things I want to tell you. But what's important here is that by applying gentle pressure to specific points, we can release these blockages and restore the smooth flow of qi, which in turn promotes balance and harmony in the body. Balance and harmony are the two utmost values from a Chinese medical perspective. If the body is in harmony, just like a nature landscape, if there is harmony, everything has its place, everything knows what to do and how to act, every season has its place, and things flow smoothly according to this cycle of nature. When things start to go awry, suddenly there is funny weather. Suddenly there is consequences with flooding. Then something else is blocked. And so it also happens in our body. There can be one thing that happened many years ago that has blocked some qi in some area. And then the body, that's the beauty of our incredible body, is that our body always wants to help us. Our body is only sending us signals as a message to say, hey, something's not okay, something's not working. So the body always has our back, and this body loves us so deeply. It doesn't matter if you cut yourself, if you have anything, the body tries to heal it in its harmonious and natural state. If there's been blockage and stress and accumulation for a long time, then it even gets for this very loving body difficult sometimes to continue to flow, to continue to heal, to continue to nourish. So that's when we need to help. And we have to see the signs of the body not as a, oh, now I have a headache again, or, oh no, I really don't want to have this low back pain. Yes, I get it. I know how annoying it is to have pain, but we have to see that the body is not doing it to annoy us or to make our life difficult, but to draw attention to a certain area. And the faster we stop to resist that truth and we start to look at it and start to listen and tune in, the faster, or it's not even about fast, the better we can support our body. The beauty of the acupressure is that it gives you a direct access to these energy flows, and on another level, it gives you access to the self-healing response of your body. It gives you access to calm your nervous system and to help yourself to bring your nervous system from fight and flight, where all the energy goes to the outside of your body, to your brain, to your muscles, so that you can defend yourself, to slowly flowing back inside, inside where the chi can nourish the cells, where the body can go, oh, now she's resting, now I can go and do the household. Because that's what the body is doing. The moment we sleep, the moment we rest, the body can restore. Acupuncture and acupressure are phenomenal in helping people to come back to this state and to learn like a new baseline. When we are used to chronic stress and we're constantly in this high level of frequency, it becomes our normal baseline, but it is not normal. It's not normal for the body to be in this state of stress all the time. So we actually really must have tools today. And for some people, it's going for a run. Even though sometimes I'm a little worried that the running can even accelerate the cortisol in the body more and actually bring in more stress into the body. So for some people, walking, doing very gentle movements, qigong, sometimes even lying down, putting one hand on the belly and one hand on the heart, to just give the body these moments of introspection, of slowing down and coming back to oneself. One of the most profound aspects of acupressure is this ability to address both the physical and the emotional layers of health. I can see this in my clinical practice here on a daily basis. And one of my favorite things is that when people lie, I have a futon and I also have a higher bed here. But when people lie down and I make contact with the hand of the patient, and first of all, I really love that moment. I love this moment of energy that is connecting and tuning in to the flow of that energy in her or his meridians. But very, very often, within a minute, I can hear the grumbling of the tummy of the person. And that is such a beautiful sign that the nervous system is already going into the direction that we are trying to bring it. And maybe this is something that you've noticed too, especially if you've been in my courses and you have shared acupressure with your loved ones. Notice if you hear their tummy gurgle. Excuse me. I can feel a little bit something in my throat, so I'm going to use a little bit of oil. If you want to, you could do the same. At the moment, I'm really into the Shinrin Yoku, the forest bathing blend. I find it so universally calming for the nervous system. It's just like when you're in the forest. So actually, it's very normal. Let's have a look for a very short moment before we find our points at a little bit of the Chinese classics and Chinese medicine's deep philosophy that stems a lot from the Taoist teachings and the wisdom of the Tao Te Ching, which is, if I had to just take one book with me, it probably would be this one, because it would keep my mind busy for the rest of my life to understand or to decipher the different layers of information in the Tao Te Ching. I actually have it here. This is Stephen Mitchell's translation, and it's the Book of the Way. And it's just wonderful because you can just open up a page. It's good to read it once from the beginning to the end, but it shows us the basic of the philosophy that Chinese medicine is based on this interplay of balance and harmony, and emphasizing living in harmony with the natural world and finding simplicity in life. This is also echoed in the Yellow Emperor's Classic of Medicine, which teaches that health is a natural state when the body's energies are balanced and aligned with the rhythms of nature. So, to me, I love this. I love the fact that this is so time-tested information. This is not a new fad. This is something that's been around for thousands of years and been helping so many people over the centuries. The 5 elements, that is the other philosophy that we're going to be using for the 5-day masterclass, and that I use also in my clinical practice and teaching all the time, because it's such a key concept and a cornerstone of Chinese medicine, which provides a framework for understanding how the different organ systems relate to our emotions, behaviors, and overall health. So each element, and we have wood, we have fire, earth, metal, and water, corresponds to a particular organ, to 2 meridians or 4 in some cases, and to different emotional states, but also body types, personality types, or stages of life. And it actually really shows us how everything in life is a fractal, everything is a reflection of the other. And with the 5 elements, you can really look at it like this, that we are all made of these 5 elements. If you imagine each element as Play-Doh in a different color, and you mix together that Play-Doh with different variations. So maybe I have a little bit more red of the fire element, but less earth element, and a little bit of the other 3. You have another combination. And so each one of us is made of the same stuff, but in different combinations. We have different tendencies, different personalities, but they're still according to this blueprint. And it's in a way, it's highly profound, but it's also simple, because when you know the seasons, you can find out the elements. So when we go from the wood element, which is springtime, to summer, which is the fire element, which moves into the earth element, which is the late summer or the Indian summer season, to the metal season of autumn, to back to the beginning or end of the circle to the water element, which is the deep winter. And so the interaction between these 5 elements, this interplay between these energies, is what creates the cycle of nature. And once we know this, there is a relaxation in the system, because we don't try anymore to do things that are supposed to be done in the height of summer, in winter, or we learn that we can prepare for the next winter already in the summertime, where we plant the seeds and the ideas, for example, that we want to cultivate in these winter months, which are very yin and very inward bound. And when we know that and prepare for that, it's also easier to pass through this time, for example. So it gives us skills for life. It gives us skills for our health. It gives us skills to become smooth and relaxed, to see life for what it is, and to just align. Basically, that's what we will do when we understand the 5 elements. To give you a quick overview, how the wood governs our creativity and our growth. Its meridians are involved in releasing pent-up frustration, because when the wood element cannot go into the direction it is supposed to go, it becomes angry and frustrated. That's very typical about the wood element. The fire element is linked to joy and that heartfelt connection. And we use the heart meridian, for example, and the pericardium as well, to calm more emotional disturbances and relate to Shen conditions. The earth meridians represent more the nourishment and the stability in our system. And the earth related points can help us with digestion and with grounding. Metal is the reflection and clarity. It's helping to breathe deeply, and it's helping us to release emotions from our body, and it's connected to the very body. Water, our kidneys represent wisdom and flow. They're super important for deep resilience and longevity and fertility and sexual and creative power. Through acupressure, we can harmonize these elements within ourselves and support not only the organ function, but also the emotional balance. So, let's do a point together, or let's do 2 points together. If you have an oil, we're going to keep it simple today. Let's find together neg 1, which is a point on the pericardial meridian. If you've seen me on Reels and on Instagram, you've seen me shown this meridian surely before. Let me show us the point guide. I'll show you like this. So the pericardial meridian trying to find the best way to show you. I'm going to show it to you first with the doll. Pericardial meridian goes along the mid-finger line, and in the center of the wrist, you find the wrist crease, and then there is 2 tendons here in the center of the wrist. And I would love for you to find these 2 tendons, and then take 2 fingers to the wrist, and then 2 fingers above the wrist is where you find neg 1, which is called the inner gate. It's the gate to our space of the heart. It's the gate to work with the heart without going directly there. So if you want to apply some lavender oil or a oil which is calming for your mind, the wrist crease, and then 2 fingers down, you will be on neg 1. And here you simply hold and press for a moment. The more relaxed your arm is, so this is something you can do even on a bus. You can even do it wherever you are. And for at least half a minute or a little bit longer if you can, press. Take some deep breaths and remember that what you really want is that the chi in the meridians is flowing smoothly. So you can feel these rivers flow. And this one in particular is the one that goes to the center of the chest, around the breast. It will help you when you feel anxious in the chest, when you feel undefined fear that is settling and disturbing, unsettling your heart and spirit, when it's difficult to sleep or to take deep breath into your chest, then this point will bring you relief. So what's also very, very important is that you can relax your body, give yourself, this is the key about the self acupressure, is that you are soothing your body this way. You know, for some people it's helping to, when they stopped smoking, for example, to know certain points to press so that you can shift your frequency from wanting to smoke a cigarette to pressing the point and remembering how fast you can bring balance back to your body. Hope you can feel yourself how fast that shift happens. Circle for one more time, and then we're just going to switch over. Just go over to the other side. Also apply a little bit of the oil. Find the 2 tendons. two finger. It's important that you use your fingers because so they're in relationship to your body. Um, we use the Tsun measurement in Chinese medicine. So I found it here. Now I'm holding this up because I want to show you, but if you want to, you could just rest your hand on your lap. You can rest the hand like this, and you need to really bring the attention to yourself. Feel that you can relax the rest in the other parts of the body. Press and circle the point. Do it for a good 30 seconds minimum. Breathe. Release your shoulders. Notice if there's already a change in that area of your chest that you can stretch more open. Take a breath to extend the arms to either side for a moment. Just stretching the pericardium meridian open. So focus on your middle finger out of both hands. Extend through the middle finger and really imagine how your arm is starting in the center of the chest and you're opening the pericardium meridian. Beautiful. As you exhale, slowly come back. And now we're going to do large intestine 4. When you bring the hand together like this and you squeeze the index and middle finger, and I know that many of you know large intestine 4, but I don't know if you know that it can balance not only your sinus area, but also the area of your eyes, of your jaw. And it's a good idea here as well to really go and dig first a little bit. I want you to find the most tender spot. You will feel the fascia, you will feel how it's like and sometimes a little bit of pain is not a problem. I don't want you to hurt yourself, but feel free to dig in there a little bit. Sometimes it's also nice from that side. But again, same thing. I want you to relax the hand. I'm just showing you. And even in showing you, I'm going to try and find the most relaxed way because nothing is worth it to increase tension in the body. Tension in the body is the worst thing we can do for our health and for our well-being. Shake out the hand for a moment. Just feel how your shoulders feel, how your face feels, how your energy flow feels. And then you can go over to the other side. And here is the same. Dig first a little bit and then you can start the circling. Make sure the rest of your body is at ease. Yes, that's it. And if you're not sure, you don't feel anything, then you don't have the point yet. And large intestine 4 is not for pregnant ladies. Sorry, I should have said that a little earlier. But it's especially so with acupuncture. With acupressure, if everything is okay, it shouldn't just drop out when you use this point, but still avoid the point if you're pregnant. This is another technique to press and pull. So you're working a little bit deeper. And then just take a moment to do the last few seconds with the hands just in your lap. Imagining the flow of energy through the meridian. And in the course, you will have all the handouts with the images. Beautiful. Now you can let go, shake out everything again, and just sit for a short moment, turning your attention inwards and just feel how you feel. Notice how you feel. Can you feel that buzzing in your arms and through your hands? Maybe you feel that warmth in your hands. I love that feeling because it shows me that now the cheese is flowing smoothly. It's flowing all the way. We did the large intestine meridian on both hands. So this meridian goes all the way up over the shoulder, over the neck, all the way to the opposite side of the nose. So it will cover all of that area. It will take care of your metal element. And this is what we're going to enhance. And it doesn't matter if you have studied this information before. So have I many, many times, because it has to go in layers. Every time you practice, every time you reconnect with the meridians, they become more and more clear. And now, one day, this is not doesn't look Chinese anymore. But it looks familiar to you. Like you're like, oh yeah, the stomach meridian goes here in the front, and the bladder is in the back, and the gallbladder on the side. And if I have pain in one side, I can use the other side. And so there is so much to learn, and the repetition of it. You know, sometimes people ask me, are you teaching the same again as in the 5G or in the art of acupressure? And I'm like, to be honest, yes. Yes, it's the same. It's the same, but it's different. It's more deeper. It's more practical. Here we have a more practical aspect towards the symptoms you have in the body and then which channels you can use. The 5Gs, of course, in depth, like you really go deep. You have the different aspect, the nature, the energy of the element, to the wisdom of the element, to the practical anatomy of the element. So there is a lot to learn. And every time you absorb this information more, it becomes you, it becomes part of your cellular tissue. And and then, yeah, I really feel like it helps me in my life a lot. And I hope it does for you too. And I'm so happy you spent this time here with me live or in the replay. It's a joy and it's a pleasure, and I'd love to hear from you. Send me a message, tag me on Instagram. I love that because then I see you. I see that you saw the live here, because I'm still sometimes a little shy to do these things. So your support means a lot for me. And also ask me your questions and join the 5-day masterclass. You still have the early price at the moment, the early bird price, before it goes to the normal price. And it really is something that you have for you to take care of you and your chi. So if you have any questions, email them to me, check in, and hopefully I see you very soon in our masterclass, which is starting soon. I think it's the 21st of October, but now I better not say anything. That will start soon. And we will spend 5 days in a row together every day for maximum an hour. So it's practical information. We go through it and then you can practice for yourself. And I'm still here if you have questions. And für die Leute, die Deutsch sprechen, gibt es im Moment noch keine deutsche Version, aber ihr könnt immer auf Deutsch fragen. Ich kann euch auf Deutsch antworten. Und wenn es mal eine deutsche Version gibt und ihr seid schon in der englischen, dürft ihr gern rüberkommen. So, that was it for today. Thank you so much for being here. We wish you a beautiful evening. Take care of your chi and take care of you. Thank you.